This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Full Sail University. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rumor Roundup. And not just another episode, this is going to be the best episode ever. Why? Because I got a good night's sleep last night and I'm feeling super positive. Up this week on Rumor Roundup, we're going to talk about a brand new M8, maybe getting a plastic shell. Amazon might be getting to the phone business, and LG is looking like they might be building screens and batteries for the iWatch. And last but not least, a larger iPhone 6. I can just leave that one on here for every episode of Rumor Roundup until probably September. This is Rumor Roundup. Let's just start. Just round them up. Hug them all. So let's start with HTC. Usually phones go from plastic to metal, but it looks like HTC is going in reverse. So sources speaking to TMT Post claim that HTC is considering the idea of releasing a plastic M8 in an effort to reach sort of a wider and presumably less expensive consumer base. According to the report, a plastic M8 could potentially be offered specs intact, so same specs, for $450 off contract compared to the $700 you have to buy if you want the sort of hot aluminum version. So I get it, I see the reason behind it, but I feel like they're gonna kind of dilute one of the big drawing points behind the M8, and that's a crazy good build. Certainly getting more phones in more hands is a good way. You get into the HTC ecosystem, get people used to Sense 6, and maybe buying HTC apps and HTC accessories. So I understand the business reasoning behind it. I kind of hope it doesn't come to fruition, but my bet would be it probably is going to happen. So if you're thinking that you like everything about the HTC One except the price point, you might be in luck. If this does come to market, it probably won't be that far away, since if they wait that much longer, the next version will be out. So probably look for this in the next 4 or 5 months if it does come to market. That price point's pretty good. At $450, that's only a $200 or $100 more than most 2-year contract phones with subsidy. So for a little bit of money, you get a phone that you can just keep and then maybe sell when you're done with it. So could be a good idea. I hope it doesn't dilute the HTC sort of reputation they've got for building awesome phones, but I don't know. Let's stick with phones and let's talk about the mythical Amazon phone. It looks like it's going to be coming. It's been almost a year since we heard the rumors start to float around that Amazon was working on their first smartphone, but it looks like it might be coming to fruition very soon. We finally got a glimpse of what it might look like thanks to the folks at BGR showed a prototype. However, though, we do have some interesting tidbits and tasty morsels to consume in our tech-loving bellies. So first thing, look at the pictures. Notice the sensors all around that display. This kind of lines up nicely with the rumors that the phone will come equipped with several cameras. You're probably saying, hey John, why several cameras? The answer, good friend, is to provide gesture-based 3D interface. So let that one sink in for a minute. Although they're also reportedly being used to track your eyes and face. In other words, consumers will be able to interact with Amazon's smartphone in a similar fashion to how they might interact with Microsoft Connect, like going like this to go to the next page, or going like this to zoom in, or like blinking to go to the next page. The potential is crazy. The ever-reliable folks at the Wall Street Journal also suggested the display itself will be able to provide 3D imagery without the need for 3D glasses. Although we largely saw that technology sort of go the way of the dinosaur a few years ago, primarily because the tech just felt awful and super half-baked. Amazon, though, might have reason to bring that back. BGR did say that they'll have a 4.7-inch screen, 720p 3D display, which will be used to show off products and allow users to view sort of different angles of a product as you're looking through it. Like imagine trying to buy a phone and being able to look at it and look underneath it. Could be kind of neat. It seems like a pretty compelling use for 3D, but also sounds like a bit of a shopping gimmick. But at the end of the day, if it gets you to buy more Amazon things, then they'll probably be pretty happy and they'll probably sell quite a lot of them. So when's this thing going to be coming? Supposedly it's going to launch sometime this summer, but it could be announced in the next couple of months. And although some rumors suggested it's not going to ship until September, which probably have a lot of competition in that month. A second model, though, might also be in the works. It lines up with reports suggesting Amazon was building as many as this many smartphones. And that's 1, 2, 3. So a lot of smartphones could be coming, presumably a high-end one, perhaps a really low-end one, and a middle one. What's interesting we don't know yet is if it'll be ad-supported, meaning could it be coming at very little money, presumably even free. Heard rumors Amazon might offer a free smartphone that's ad-supported. We saw them do that with their Kindle line, takes the price down significantly, but never a free phone, especially with those crazy specs. It'd be pretty awesome. I think a lot of people would jump on board. We don't know if it's going to be a carrier phone or just be sold unlocked, but all those questions hopefully will be answered in the next few months. We're going to jump around to another company that begins with an A, and that's Apple. So we all know the iWatch is probably coming. know it's probably gonna look like a watch, which means it's probably gonna have a curved display. What we don't know is who's gonna make said curved display. It looks like the folks at LG have been tapped to make that display, and they're also rumored to be using their stepped batteries to go inside of that watch as well, which is kind of cool. So LG's already hinted that it's already sped up production of their flexible OLED screens. In a report last year, Apple had partnered with them way back in October 2013, though a separate report claiming the iWatch is going to ship with LG's new stepped batteries, which I just mentioned. We saw featured in the G Flex, which helps them sort of give them the curved shape. LG is a pretty major display supplier, so it makes perfect sense that it'd be tapped to provide components for Apple. Its screens are already using the iPad mini with Retina display, so our relationship there. Samsung also has real flexible technology, but I think Apple's probably trying to take a few steps back from working with Samsung, although they're kind of frenemies for some things. They do provide parts for the iPhone. But it would make sense that LG would be the lucky supply chain tapped. So we don't know much about the iWatch other than it's coming. I wouldn't be surprised for us to see it though at WWDC, perhaps tied in with iOS 8, which is coming up in, at this point now, just almost about 2 months. We'll take a real quick break to tell you what you probably already know. The mobile industry is going crazy right now, but what you might not know is that by 2015, mobile app development projects are going to outnumber actual PC projects by 4 to 1. So if you're interested in the future in technology, mobile is where it's at, and Full Sail University's online and on-campus mobile development bachelor's degree program can teach you the skills that you need to take advantage of these crazy emerging opportunities that can help set you on a pretty good career path. If you think you're ready to try and master technology and software to compete in this really fast-growing industry, you should check out fullsail.edu/technobuffalo. Again, that's fullsail.edu/technobuffalo, and get your career or second career or third career started. And the steadfast rumor, the statue, the one that's never going away, a larger iPhone 6. At this point, obviously nothing confirmed. Apple can change their mind, but it seems like a foregone conclusion. iPhone 6 is going to get bigger. The Chinese social network China Weibo shows what an iPhone 5S might look like next to a larger iPhone with a 4.7-inch display, and it looks like you'd expect. It's just a larger looking screen. It does have thinner bezels though, which is kind of cool. Listen, this thing's coming. 4.7 inches is going to be the next iPhone 6. I'm not holding my breath, unfortunately, for a 5.5-inch phone, which I think would be pretty awesome. But 4.7 is 0.47 better than what we've got right now, so at least Apple's upping their screen size, at least be competitive with some of the Android offerings already out there. So it looks like we're going to be getting this, I would still say September, but just more proof that it's going to be coming. So if you're looking to get an iPhone in the next few months, you should definitely wait. And I'm staring my glance at our camera guy, Ron, who's acknowledging that he got an iPhone 5S last month and should have listened to us here and waited. So wait if you want to get an iPhone to see what's going to come, and come very soon. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Rumor Roundup. I hope you enjoyed. I always love making these and talking about technology. Let me know what you guys think about any of the rumors or any rumors that maybe we didn't cover you think we should talk about. Until next time, I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. See you guys next video. Bye-bye. What's up everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main Techno Buffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.